Commissioner Gordon, Bane has escaped.
Comfort is not a friend. It is a liar, a thief that steals ambition and leaves nothing in its place. It cradles you in its deceit, convincing you that ease is the ultimate goal, that safety is the pinnacle of success. But greatness does not dwell in comfort. It is born in struggle, in pain, in the relentless pursuit of something more. Comfort kills the fire within. Each moment spent in ease is a spark extinguished, a step away from the edge where greatness is forged. Those who chase comfort are blind to the price they pay, to the strength they surrender for a fleeting taste of peace. Greatness is not found in the soft, the quiet, the easy. It lives in the storm, in the chaos, in the battle against every force that seeks to break you. Comfort dulls your edge, makes you soft, leaves you vulnerable to a life that will crush you when you least expect it. Greatness demands discomfort, a life of challenge and unyielding struggle. The path is not meant to be easy. Ease is a trap, a cage that keeps you small. To embrace comfort is to reject the lessons of hardship, to deny yourself the growth that only comes through pain. Each challenge, each trial, each moment of suffering is a brick in the foundation of greatness. Comfort builds nothing. It takes from you piece by piece until there is nothing left but mediocrity. Comfort is the slow death of ambition. It creeps in, subtle at first, convincing you to rest a little longer, to chase a little less, to settle for what you have. Before you know it, the fire that once drove you has faded, replaced by a hollow existence, a life of quiet surrender. Greatness does not tolerate comfort. It thrives on hunger, on the refusal to stop, on the relentless push toward a goal that most will never dare to pursue. To live in comfort is to live in retreat. Greatness does not come to those who hide from the fight, who shy away from pain. It comes to those who step into the fire, who welcome discomfort as a necessary part of the journey. Comfort keeps you small, keeps you from the edge where transformation happens. The weak seek it, crave it, cling to it, but the strong reject it, knowing that only through struggle can they rise. Comfort is the enemy that hides in plain sight. It disguises itself as contentment, as peace, as the reward for your efforts. But it is no reward. It is a chain, a weight that drags you down, a force that keeps you from reaching higher. To embrace comfort is to surrender to mediocrity, to choose a life of ease over a life of meaning. Those who rise, who achieve, who leave a mark, do so by rejecting comfort, by choosing the harder path. Greatness requires pain, sacrifice, and the courage to step beyond what is easy. Comfort offers none of these things. It asks for nothing, demands nothing, but in return it takes everything from you, your ambition, your drive, your hunger for more. To accept comfort is to turn away from greatness, to choose the ordinary over the extraordinary. The strong see comfort for what it is, a trap to be avoided, a weakness to be conquered. Comfort is not your ally, it is your adversary. It does not push you to grow, to strive, to become something more. It keeps you where you are, locked in a state of stagnation, unable to move forward. Greatness demands that you break free, that you shatter the chains of comfort and step into the unknown. It is in the discomfort, in the struggle, that you find your strength, your purpose, your true potential. Greatness is not found in the soft places. It is found in the fire, in the fight, in the relentless pursuit of a goal that matters. Comfort may call to you, may tempt you with its softness, but you must turn away, knowing that it is the enemy of all you seek to achieve. The road to greatness is not easy, but it is worth every step. Comfort is a poison that seeps into your soul slowly, quietly, leaving no trace until it's too late. It lulls you into a state of false contentment, whispering lies of peace and satisfaction. But the poison has a price, and that price is paid in regret. In the later years, when the fire has long gone cold, comfort reveals its true nature. A hollow, aching guilt that cannot be undone. You look back and see the moments where you could have fought harder, climbed higher, but instead you rested, and the weight of what could have been becomes unbearable. Regret is the shadow that follows a life spent in comfort. It does not strike quickly, but it is relentless, creeping into the quiet moments when you reflect on the choices you made. Comfort deceives you into thinking it is the reward, the goal, but it leaves you empty. In the end, you will see that every moment spent in comfort was a moment stolen from your potential, a trade of greatness for a fleeting sense of ease. And the guilt of that realization is a poison far more potent than any pain you might have faced in the pursuit of your dreams. Comfort silences ambition, and in that silence, guilt grows. The years pass, and with them the opportunities to rise, to achieve, to leave a mark. Comfort convinces you to wait, to rest, to stay safe. And while you wait, life moves on without you. One day you wake up and realize that you have waited too long, that the time to act has slipped away. The guilt is not just for the opportunities lost, but for the person you could have been, the life you could have lived. The poison of comfort dulls your senses, blinds you to the cost of your inaction. It tells you that you are fine, that there is no rush, that the struggle is not worth it. But deep down, you know this is a lie. The guilt comes later, when the realization strikes that you chose comfort over courage, ease over effort. And there is no going back, no reclaiming what has been lost. The poison has done its work, leaving you with nothing but regret. Guilt is the price you pay for betraying your potential. Comfort demands that you give up the fight, that you lay down your weapons and surrender to the quiet life. But the guilt comes not from what comfort takes, but from what it leaves behind. The knowledge that you were capable of so much more. It is a guilt that cuts deeper than any failure because it comes from within, from the part of you that knows you settled for less. Comfort robs you of your pride, your sense of purpose, your strength. It feels like safety in the moment, but over time it strips away everything that made you unique, everything that made you strong. When the guilt comes, it is not just for what you did not achieve, but for what you lost in the process. The fire, the drive, the hunger for more. Comfort turns to regret, and that regret is a weight that never lifts. The later years are when comfort's poison is most potent. It strikes when you have nothing left but memories, when the choices you made are the only legacy you leave behind. Comfort takes what should have been moments of pride, of triumph, and replaces them with regret. The guilt eats away at you, a constant reminder that you chose ease over effort, that you betrayed yourself for a life without struggle. And there is no antidote, no cure for what comfort has stolen. Comfort's poison turns your dreams into ghosts. The things you could have done, the person you could have become, haunt you in the quiet moments. The guilt is not just for the life you did not live, but for the life you wasted. Comfort disguises itself as peace, but it leaves behind chaos, a storm of what-ifs that can never be answered. And in that storm, you are left to drown, knowing that you did this to yourself. Guilt is the legacy of a life lived in comfort. It is the voice that whispers, "You could have been more," the weight that presses down on you in your final days. Comfort does not let you escape this guilt. It ensures that you carry it with you to the end. The poison works slowly, but its effects are permanent, a reminder of every moment you chose ease over effort, safety over greatness. And the worst part is knowing that it could have been avoided. Comfort is the most uncomfortable place for a deep thinker. It may appear inviting, but for the mind that seeks meaning, it is suffocating, a slow decay of purpose. Comfort offers nothing to challenge you, nothing to ignite your thoughts, nothing to stir the fire of creation within. For a thinker, it is a prison, silent and empty, devoid of the chaos that fuels insight. The stillness of comfort becomes a void, and in that void the mind begins to collapse under the weight of its own unrealized potential. A restless mind cannot thrive in comfort. It seeks conflict, problems to solve, mountains to climb. Comfort denies all of that, lulling you into a state where nothing matters, where purpose fades. For those who think deeply, comfort is the enemy of progress. It traps the mind in a limbo where thoughts stagnate, where ideas wither before they can bloom. Comfort chains the thinker, binds them to mediocrity, and offers no escape except through struggle. The thinker in comfort faces a unique torment. While others find solace in ease, the deep thinker feels an unshakable unease, a gnawing emptiness that whispers of wasted potential. Comfort is a void that devours ambition, a darkness that hides itself beneath the illusion of peace. For the thinker, this is the ultimate betrayal. The realization that what feels good in the moment is stealing everything that could have been. Comfort is the death of questions. The mind that once roared with curiosity, that sought to unravel the mysteries of existence, becomes silent in the face of ease. Comfort numbs the need to explore, to push boundaries, to seek answers. It turns the thinker into a shadow of what they once were, a mind dulled by the absence of challenge. For the deep thinker, this is not peace. It is torment disguised as serenity. The weight of comfort is heaviest on those who dream of more. The thinker feels the crushing realization that comfort offers no growth, no evolution. It is a state of decay where the mind grows weaker with every passing day. The deep thinker, unable to ignore this, finds themselves trapped in a cycle of self-loathing, knowing they are complicit in their own stagnation. Comfort suffocates the thinker, making their own thoughts their greatest enemy. Comfort silences ambition in the most insidious way. It whispers to the thinker that there is no need to strive, no need to push, no need to evolve. For a moment the thinker may believe it, but the mind cannot be fooled for long. The thinker begins to feel the emptiness, the hollowness of a life without struggle, and this realization becomes unbearable. Comfort becomes a cage and the thinker its prisoner, longing for the freedom that only challenge can bring. For the deep thinker, comfort is a slow descent into madness. The mind, unchallenged, begins to turn on itself, finding conflict where none exists, creating chaos in the absence of purpose. Comfort may feel warm, but for the thinker it is a fire that consumes from within, leaving nothing but ashes of what once was. The thinker begins to resent comfort, to hate the ease that has stolen their edge, their hunger, their drive. Comfort is a lie, a deceit that tells the thinker they are at peace while stealing their fire. It is the enemy of creativity, the destroyer of purpose, the slow erosion of all that makes life meaningful. The thinker, trapped in comfort, feels the weight of wasted days, of unrealized ideas, of potential left unfulfilled. Comfort is the quiet killer of dreams, the soft voice that lulls the thinker into a state of numbness. To escape comfort is the thinker's greatest challenge. It requires rejecting the ease that others embrace, seeking discomfort, choosing the hard path that leads to growth. For the deep thinker, this is the only way to live, a life of challenge, of struggle, of constant evolution. Comfort is not peace, it is stagnation, a slow death of the soul. The thinker who chooses discomfort chooses life, chooses meaning, chooses to rise. In an increasingly distractible world, the ability to sit with your thoughts is slipping away. The endless noise of the modern age ensures that silence becomes unbearable, that the void within is something to flee from rather than face. We surround ourselves with distractions, not to entertain but to avoid. The mind, once a sanctuary, now feels like a trap for those too afraid to confront what lies inside. Running from this inner void, we lose ourselves in a maze of shallow distractions, avoiding the work of understanding who we are. When the inner self becomes foreign, it feels like an enemy. The thoughts you avoid, the feelings you suppress, grow louder in the silence. Instead of engaging, you react, defensive, hyper-aware, consumed by the need to escape. This reaction isn't strength, it is surrender, a retreat into the comfort of external noise. And in that retreat, the distance between you and your potential widens, leaving you weaker, lost in a world of your own avoidance. Distraction is the refuge of the weak. It offers a temporary escape, a fleeting reprieve from the discomfort of introspection. But distraction is also a thief, stealing the moments where real growth could have taken place. Each time you choose distraction over reflection, you move further from your potential, further into a life controlled by the world around you. Comfort becomes your cage, locking you in a cycle of avoidance and stagnation. The void is not the enemy, it is the source of all transformation. Those who run from it, who bury themselves in comfort, rob themselves of the opportunity to grow. The void is where strength is born, where the raw material of greatness is forged. To embrace it is to face your fears, your weaknesses, your failures. But those who cannot bear the discomfort turn away, retreating to the programmed lifestyle that ensures their mediocrity. Programmed living is the death of individuality. A life dictated by habit, distraction, and comfort is a life that offers nothing unique, nothing extraordinary. When you run from the void, you hand control to the world, to the forces that shape you, into just another piece of the machine. Greatness requires rebellion, the courage to break free from the routine, to reject the programming that keeps you small. But the programmed lifestyle feels safe, and safety is where potential goes to die. Hyper-reactivity is a sign of weakness, a mind untrained to endure its own depths. When every thought feels like a threat, when every emotion triggers a need to escape, you lose control. This is not living. It is being controlled by your own fear. To react is to relinquish power, to let the void dictate your actions instead of mastering it. Greatness requires stillness, the ability to sit with the discomfort until it becomes your strength. Distraction numbs, but it also blinds. It keeps you from seeing the reality of your life, the places where you have fallen short, the potential you have ignored. It is easier to scroll, to watch, to consume than to sit in the silence and face yourself. But the silence is where transformation happens. Distraction ensures that you never get there, that you stay comfortable, and in doing so, stay small. The programmed lifestyle is comfort disguised as progress. It gives you tasks, routines, the illusion of purpose. But it is hollow, a cycle of meaningless activity that keeps you from doing the work that matters. When you embrace the program, you abandon the void, and with it the chance to become something more. The void is where purpose lies, but the programmed lifestyle ensures that you never reach it. To embrace the void is to reject comfort and face the chaos within. The noise of the world is designed to keep you from this moment, from the silence where real work begins. Those who master the void, who learn to sit with their thoughts, become unshakable. The rest are slaves to distraction, hyper-reactive, powerless to the forces that shape their lives. The void is uncomfortable, but in that discomfort lies greatness. The fundamental nature of humanity is to solve problems. It is etched into your very existence, this drive to confront chaos, to impose order, to find solutions where none seem possible. Your mind is not meant to rest. It is a machine built for conflict, for challenge, for the thrill of overcoming the impossible. When you go against this nature, when you choose ease over effort, you betray the essence of what you are, and betrayal has consequences. The mind that is not used for creation, for problem-solving, begins to decay. The human mind thrives in complexity. Simplicity might feel safe, but it starves the very part of you that gives life its meaning. You're not made for comfort, for repetition, for the monotony of a life without challenge. The great minds, the great creators knew this. They sought out problems, invited chaos, and thrived in the crucible of difficulty. To deny this nature is to deny yourself. A life free of challenge is a life free of growth, a slow, quiet death of the mind. Those who reject their nature will face consequences they cannot escape. A mind without purpose begins to create its own chaos, turning inwards, tearing itself apart. The urge to solve, to create, to conquer doesn't fade. It festers. And in that festering, it poisons you, filling the void with anxiety, dissatisfaction, and despair. You run from problems, but the real problem is the emptiness left behind. The void demands to be filled, and without challenge it consumes you. Comfort erodes the sharpness of your mind. Each day spent avoiding problems is a day that dulls your ability to think, to innovate, to push forward. The brain thrives on struggle. It grows stronger with every obstacle overcome. Without problems to solve, the mind becomes soft, weak, incapable of rising to the occasion. When real challenges inevitably appear, the consequence is inevitable. When life demands strength, you will find yourself unprepared. Complexity is not a burden, it is a gift. To solve problems is to live, to fulfill the role nature has given you. Those who embrace this role rise, becoming forces of creativity, of power. But those who reject it stagnate, lost in the illusion that ease is the goal. There is no peace in rejecting your nature, only a slow descent into irrelevance. The human mind cannot thrive without a purpose, and problems are the forge in which purpose is created. The human spirit is forged in conflict. Every problem faced, every obstacle overcome adds to your strength, your resilience. When you run from problems, you deny yourself this growth, this transformation. You choose to remain small, fragile, incapable of handling the chaos that life will inevitably throw your way. The consequence of rejecting your nature is a life of fragility, a mind unprepared for anything beyond the ordinary. To avoid complexity is to choose weakness. Problems are the catalyst for greatness. Without them, there is no evolution, no growth, no transformation. To avoid problems is to remain stagnant, to exist in a state of mediocrity that offers no fulfillment. The human mind was built to face the impossible, to thrive in the chaos of the unknown. Those who embrace this become unstoppable. Those who reject it become irrelevant. The choice is yours, but the cost of rejection is your potential. Avoiding your nature leads to a life of quiet misery. You may think that comfort is the goal, but the mind knows better. It craves challenge, thrives in adversity, hungers for the thrill of solving what others deem impossible. Deny it, and you deny yourself of your ultimate greatness.